I do define myself as a black feminist, and I do recognise why and how I got to a position where I use that label. I think I come from a working class background. I am the first generation. My grandparents came. I can remember things. I can remember what it was like growing up in the 70s and 80s. And I can also think about just my own family, some of their experiences and, you know, friends and communities. And I just feel that, I've always felt that if we all did a little bit, we could all make things better. And I'm a Libran. I'm just committed to the scales and issues of justice. And it just bears out in everything I do. So I think it's important as a black feminist, as a black woman, as a mother, as a daughter, as someone who understands some of the real horror stories in our communities to do what I can do. So yeah, I think that's why I do the sort of research that I do, and that's why I think it's important to do the research that I do from the position that I've found myself in. So I never wanted to do a PhD. My first substantive research was around teenage parenthood, particularly teenage motherhood. My mum was a teenage mother. And I think even just from that personal standpoint, I've had this real interest in teenage motherhood without even really understanding it until I came to do research around teenage mother. I remember what my mum's life was. She was, you know, stigmatized, deemed to be not going anywhere. I remember, you know, at the time she got kicked out of the house. And I just remember what our lives were when we were quite young. So for me, the personal is always political. You know, when I'm doing teenage pregnancy research, I'm researching my own life. I'm researching the experiences of my mom, my grandmother, my aunt who had her first child at 15. You know, these are not things that are divorced from me. These are not just academic sort of subjects. These are like the lives and the realities of my family, my friends, and so many others. So I think for me, the person is political, and that's always driven me. So everything I do and every single research subject that I do, I can tell you a personal story, disconnected yet connected to what I do, whether it be teenage pregnancy, whether it be issues of domestic violence, whether it be about consent, whether it be about the incarceration of black men, whether it be about, you know, what happens within the prisons. Everything I've done, I can tell you a personal story, because these are not just like academic exercises. Yeah, so and I suppose subconsciously and consciously, I am fascinated to do research around the stuff that I have some sort of personal connection to. I think that's been what's really powerful about being able to operate in these sort of spaces.